welcome to Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. It's the end of April. I can't even believe the year is flying by so fast. I have a lot of new things to show you, like lots of new patterns, lots of whips, lots of finishes. Now, if you want to know what we're going to be doing for FQS Stitch Mania, make sure you watch last Wednesday's video so that you can see all of that, because next week I won't have a video because I will be on a vacation. Cannot wait to get out of this town. I just need to get away for a second. So check that out, and then I'm just gonna kind of jump right in and show you like a bunch of new stuff. We're gonna start off with USA Forever stamp, and this is a new series that we're gonna be doing at Fat Quarter Shop. The pattern is gonna be PDF only. So basically there's a pattern, it's a PDF. There's a thread pack. The thread pack comes with the Stitchy Stars Floss Keeper by Lori Holt, and it's like the perfect amount because it has 6 holes and there's 5 threads. We stitched the sample on Shadow 25 count by Lori Holt, and so it's like a light gray, and we just picked simple patriotic colors. It's really cute. Now this piece is called Patriotic Framelits Cross Stitch Display, and Priscilla Blaine of Stitching with the Housewives finished this for us. But she used this frame, and the frame is from 141 Design Company. We will have these in stock today, so just check the What's New page, and we'll make sure to click it to the What's New when we load it today. And just remember, it comes, you have to paint it. So if you want to know the paint colors, you can contact Chantel at 141 Design because she painted it. And then here, this right here is Chelsea's Checks fabric by Henry Glass behind. And so we released this just in time for our June event because we have something special planned for June. I will be stitching it in June. And I love it. So we're gonna just zoom in so you can see it because it's so cute. And it's a color pattern. So it's really easy to read. Like the stitches are really big. Now, one thing you can do with the stamps, you don't have to do the border if you don't want to do the border. So you could also even leave off the little white little flowers if you wanted to, but I just think it's really pretty. I think even just the flower alone is pretty. I think that it's just really kind of standalone, and we're going to be doing more of these throughout the year. So you can comment and let us know what other stamps you want to see. We're making them a little bit bigger. So this one is 62 by 62. Now we're not going to keep them all the exact same size. They'll be around the same size, but not exact. And so we're hoping that we can fit them in this little frame situation. So let us know if you have questions. Really, really cute. And of course, I'm going to be stitching mine in June. So that's the first thing to show you. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be really popular. The next thing to talk about, we had talked about in March at the end of Needlework Market, and last Thursday on the Primrose Cottage Stitches YouTube channel, the sisters released the information on their upcoming Welcome to the North Pole stitch along. So you'll go to their video last Thursday. They're going to start the stitch along June 1st. So what you'll need if you're gonna, and I'm gonna stitch along, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna be doing, but if you're gonna stitch along, it's gonna start June. So obviously you need the pattern. You can get the pattern at Fat Quarter Shop. And Lindsay stitched hers on light taupe 28 count Lugana by Zweigart. So this is what I'm gonna stitch on. It's an even weave, and I loved the display so much. I really didn't want to change it at all. Now we're out of stock, but we're gonna have more the second week of May. The manufacturer sold out. Now if you don't want to do 28 count, you could also do 32 count in the same color, which is light taupe. Now this is an Ada alternative. It's called Sandcastle. So we had Cheryl look through, and that's also why I'm stitching mine on the Lugana. There really is not a color exactly the same. So this right here is called Sandcastle 14 Count by Witchell. And one side is mottled, and one side, well, they're both mottled, they're just like a little bit different. This is deeper than this. So one side has more mottling than the other. So you'll obviously need the pattern and your fabric. Now you might have fabric from your stash you can use. I'm going to show you the threads. Now the thread pack is going to go online within the next 5 days. So we got our last shipment shipped yesterday of the last color we're waiting on. We're going to be putting together this floss pack, and it is exactly how Lindsay stitched hers. So it's got Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, DMC. Another thing that they decided to do after they stitched their model is they wanted to add some buttons. So the pattern booklet, I'm going to kind of show you how it is. It's in color and it's by section, so it's really nice. It's like by each little section is a page. They decided they thought this would look really good with buttons. So they worked with Cecile at Just Another Button Company to come out with a button pack. That will come out in a couple of weeks. We don't have pricing or anything on it because we haven't got that information yet. But what we're going to do is we're going to have the button pack, and you can decide if you want to add it. Obviously, the sample wasn't made with it, so I don't feel like you have to have it. The pattern does not have instructions on where the buttons go because they came up with it after they published the pattern. But what you'll do is get the button pack, and then on their videos every month, they'll tell you where you put those buttons. So that's totally optional, but very excited that our final green, this was the one we were waiting on, is shipping. And so we will get the thread pack online as soon as we can, the fabric online as soon as we can. We do have plenty of patterns. I am going to stitch along, and like I said, I'm going to stitch along with the 28 count. And as far as the frame, her dad or their dad is making them and selling them. So you'll just watch their video or follow the Primrose Cottage Instagram for information on the frame. It's something that he's going to be selling directly, and he's going to sell them in batches. So super excited that this is starting, and it's going to be in sections, and we're going to just follow whatever Primrose Cottage does. So I'm assuming they're going to start at the top, and so we'll just follow along, and I'll just follow along with them. And it's supposed to go one section a month and then end in November, which gives you time to have it out for Christmas for 2023. Okay, my next tease is Stitching Seasons with the Housewives 2023. So the first shipment has shipped. Those are now completely sold out. We have 114 spots open, and those spots are people who did not pay. So if you want to get the next 3 shipments, you would sign up now. I'm sure the spots are going to sell today. I can guarantee they will. So this, if you sign up today, you're going to get the May shipment. This is my piece that I stitched. In your subscription, you get some paperwork with all the information that's in there, including the, and the pattern will have the information how Priscilla finished theirs, and then how Priscilla finished mine. So they're both stitched using white pine board 28 count even weave. That comes in the package along with the floss from Classic Colorworks, one fabric, one of the Henry Glass fabrics. It'll have an exclusive enamel charm, an exclusive zipper bag, and if you stitch on the 28 count, it comes out to 5 by 7. And so I can tell you, this one's really cute. I stitched it, and I've seen the 3rd one, and it's amazing. So those spots just opened up, and once they're gone, they'll be gone. And it is an exclusive full color cross stitch pattern designed by Stitching with Housewives. only available at Fat Quarter Shop for the first 12 months. So now we'll move to whips, and I got a lot done this week. My hand is about to fall off. So I showed you this a couple of weeks ago, but I'm starting to like it a little bit more, but there is a lot of yellow. But I'm hoping like when I get down here that there's a little bit more blue and green, but I'm not sure. So it's going to be really funny if it's like a yellow heart at the end. But this one, basically what I do is it takes me about 30 minutes, maybe 15 to 30 minutes, and I do 7 days at a time. So I write my temperature in. I have it kind of, sorry, this is my real one. So I put notes and then my temperatures. So I just do them 1 week at a time. So I actually did this about 5 minutes ago. And then I took Monday and Tuesday off, which, well, not really off. And I sat and stitched this because I was so behind. So we're going to zoom in. There is a mistake, and I will show it to you in a second. But it took me 2 days to do this. And I wanted to have 4 days left to get caught up. So I did get caught up. So basically, I just did the border at the top, used my thread conversion paperwork, and then right here, I forgot to stitch these little stitches right here. So I'm going to fix those before I go to the framer. And what I did with the house is I outlined the house, and then I did all the colored sections and then filled in the pink, and that's how I missed this line. I did do rows across and then sections, and so obviously I forgot that section. So thankfully I caught that, Denise caught that before I took it to the framer. This is 14 Count Oatmeal by Lori Holt, and I'm stitching on the modeled side. So this is part 4 of a 9-part series. Part 5 I will start as part of Stitch Mania, and then I'll be done in September, and I'm having all of them framed. And then I feel so excited, I got April done. So this is season 2, A Year of Celebrations, and this one took quite a bit. So the only thing different I did that I didn't write in my thread pack is I added Tropical Paradise to the eyes, because without, I think on here it looked okay, but because my gray on the rabbit was similar to kind of the gray of the fabric, it looked really funny. So, and I kind of thought about, should I make the eyes dark gray like the snowman? And I'll show you. Sorry, my shoe just fell. But then I kind of thought, should I go in and add the eyes for the birds? Because there's eyes for the turkey. There's eyes for the pelican. Eyes for the snowman, but there were not eyes for him. And then I think I'm going to add eyes here. So that was one thing I was just going to ask you guys about. And then I'm going to stitch May as part of Mania, and then June I'll stitch in June, and then hopefully I can get this framed so I can get it hung on the wall. I think it's going to be really pretty. I will say I am happy that with this pattern I selected, let's see, I'm stitching on Prim 25 Count Lugana, but I'm happy that I picked something to stitch over too, because there are a lot of back stitches, and the back stitches kind of go into little half holes, if that makes sense. So I am glad I selected the Prim 25 Count. And the other thing I finished this week, now usually I will tell you guys I stitch ahead, but all of this was stitched this week, so my hand is about to fall off. So this is Stackables April, and Priscilla made the little bows. Mine is glued down, and I think it's really cute. I really love the bunny. We redid the bunny several times, so very happy with how that came out. I'm gonna start May, which we gave you a tease of last week. Actually, and then basically I'll start with the barrel. I usually start with the barrel and go up because I feel like this is funner than the barrel. So if you start with the barrel, then everything else is fun. And then Cheryl finished this, which is Barn Sweet Barn 2023. It's one PDF pattern. And last week I showed you through April. So I've done January, February, March, and April. And I'm taking that to the framer. Now what we did is there are 12 barns or 12 stars. But we get a lot of questions like, I don't like that color. Can I have an alternate? So we added as part of the pattern 2 bonus colorways so that there would be enough options for everyone. So this is bonus number 1 colors. And Cheryl finished it, and if you want to know exactly how to frame it the way we did and how to paint the hoop, we have a YouTube video on that you'll want to check out. So this is April bonus. Now the May colors are yellow, so they're similar but different enough. And then I have a little tease to show you. So last week, I showed you Haunted Halloween Free Mystery, and it's gonna come out in the summer. We also do a Christmas mystery. So this one is gonna be called Evergreen Christmas Mystery Quilt Along or Stitch Along. There will be a quilt that goes along with it. More details will come closer to June. So don't ask what fabric it is and don't ask what thread it is because we don't have it ready to ship yet. But here's kind of the floss colors and a little tease of what it's going to look like. And we did consider how popular last year's was, and we went with fabric colors and thread colors that are similar to last year. So if you wanted to display them together, you can. Our thread pack is on the coming soon page, so you can click on it to be notified when it comes in stock. And again, it's called Evergreen Christmas Mystery Quilt Along. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to flash sale and new items. Start throwing your questions in because I'm going to do the questions all at once at the end. Today's flash sale is Earth 36 count Edinburgh linen by Fiber on a Whim. So it's a pretty dark piece of fabric. That's the flash sale for today. For new items, Priscilla and Chelsea, this is the PDF from Friday. So there are 3 strawberry festivals. Berry Blessed is today's PDF, and it has a bonus. And I'm going to tell you the name of the bonus. Berry Harvest is the name of the bonus. And just so you guys know, on the back of their patterns, they always list their finishing information. Okay, so now we have images we're going to show you. So on Saturday's video, on the Stitching with the Housewives YouTube channel, they debuted these. So month to month July is the very last pattern of the series. So this is the last month to month. It will ship when the pattern arrives. So if you're in that club, it will ship. The club is now closed. Now, we're going to show you a little tease now. If you were part of the July month to month, that is now ending. You will need to sign up for a new club by Stitching with the Housewives called Monthly Weigh-In. That will start, there's going to be a skip between the months, and then the next one is going to ship, I think, July. So here's your tease for that one, and we do still have some spots. Now, these clubs do usually sell out, so if you want to get in on it, I would get in now. The next image is Let's Go Ride a Bike, which we sold as a pattern club. It's now offline. And this is the last in the series. It's called Let's Go Ride a Bike, 4th of July. So this will ship the second it comes in. The next one is called God Bless America. And this is a pattern reservation. This one wasn't a club. So this one you would want to pre-order. And just so you know, these two I thought were very similar. So if you've stitched America the Beautiful long may she wave. I think it will go really well with the God Bless America. And they're all stitched on the black Monaco. So I just kind of wanted to show you, because I think I know I've stitched this one. So stitching this one would be very good, matchy-matchy. Restaurant Big City Christmas by Country Cottage Needleworks came in. So this is kind of an ongoing series. There's lots and lots and lots of houses and restaurants. Little House Needleworks, Hello Sunshine Petites. So it says sunshine, bloom, garden, and flowers. And these are finished on the wood tags are from Starry Night Studio. And then Silver Creek Samplers just had a release. So this came out aftermarket. It's called American Dream. And this just came in yesterday. So you might not have seen it yet. And then the Prairie Schooler released two of their older ones, a Prairie Village 1 and a Prairie Village 2. And I have noticed when I've reordered some of the older Prairie Schoolers that were re-released 2 years ago, some of those are now going back out of print and not shipping. Just so you know, if you saw it on our site and now you don't, it might be out of print. We have some new Erin Elizabeth designs, B tier, Strawberry Bakery, and Farmhouse Sampler, and I love this one. I think this one would look really good if it was like Americana colored, or you could even do it fall colored. I think you could do this one in all kinds of colorways to get a different look. Catherine's Little Sampler from the Heart Needle Arts came in. And then from Fabric Flair, we showed you the 14 and 28 count candy pastel dots a couple weeks ago. It did sell out. We have it on order. Fabric Flair and Witchell and Yarn Tree are all behind on shipping just due to supply issues and staffing issues. So we reordered those. But in the meantime, we received 16, 18, and 32 count. I'm not sure how fast it will sell out, but I definitely will be reordering them. And Cheryl stitched something on this already. Okay, so now I'm going to move to questions. How big is the Big City Christmas restaurant? I'm going to look at the stitch count real quick. Stitch count 59 by 72. So you could use our cross stitch calculator and put in the size fabric you're going to use. Are the stamps seasonal, holiday themed, or what? We've only done one. So I'm thinking they're going to be seasonal and holiday-ish, yes, but we haven't designed the next one yet. Will there be a floss pack for Houses on Peppermint Lane? Oh, sorry. Will there be a floss pack coming for Houses on Pumpkin Lane? Yes, in the fall. Will the Sweet Snip scissors ever be offered in a different color? As of now, no. And the reason why is we have to buy those in the thousands. So I don't know if we could like do another color, but I can definitely add that to my list of maybes. But for as of right now, no. Carolyn S. asked, for the USA Forever Simply Stamps, what color in 14 count Aida would I suggest that's similar to Shadow Lugana? I'm trying to think of the name of it. Shadow, light gray. Pewter? No, pewter's too dark. How about this? How about we'll figure that out and tell you next week. Now, the week after, because I'm going to be out of town next week. I can tell you, though, that I'm going to stitch mine on the blue gingham. So the new Kimberly's blue gingham that also sold out. I'm so sorry, guys. that I do have on reorder. That's what I'm going to stitch mine on. What Lori Holt fabric would be close to the light taupe? Prim. So, I can show it to you. And it's one of her, it's the one that comes in the bigger piece, so that would be perfect. And a lot of you might already have Prim at home, so you wouldn't even have to buy it. For Welcome to the North Pole, what other 8 of 14 count colors would look good? Okay, so we went and spent a couple hours on it. There is not a color close to it in Ada. Now, I think it would look good on any type of tan. You just would have to be careful with the thread colors that your whites would still show up, because there is a lot of white in there. So you want to have at least a color that the white can stand out on. So I would think lamb's wool would probably be too light. Do we have an update on how Cheryl is doing with Hawk Run Hollow? I'll show it in a couple weeks. She usually works on it once or twice a month. If you sign up for spring, do you have to re-sign up for summer? No. So if you were in the weigh-in club by Stitching with the Housewives, you don't need to sign up for the next one. What is my temperature range for yellow on the temperature chart? I'm going to look real quick. $69 to $74, so that's kind of like a Texas color. Okay, so for the USA stamp, will the 14 count Ada fit in the frame? Okay, it will be slightly, will it be smaller? It will be smaller, but I'm stitching mine on 14 count, so we'll see how it fits in the frame. But I'm planning to also use it, but yes, it'll be smaller. And what can I show that? I can show you what they can do is you can finish it with the border a little bit. I'll show you. Because I'm going to probably use this. So you can see the border is like right here. And when Priscilla finished it, she finished it right on the border. So what you could do is just do 14 count and leave like a 1/4 inch instead of an 1/8 of an inch or something. It would finish at 4.5, and this is 5. So you would need to fill in about a 1/4. You'd have to add a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch here, or just have more of the Chelsea's check show. When will Lori Holt's Unstitcher come back in stock? I think in a month or two. It's actually already shipped to us. We're just waiting for it to arrive. Tea House, how about the border? How about the border at the bottom? Okay, let me show that piece, and I'll show y'all again for anybody new. Okay, so on this one, I'm not stitching the bottom border. On any of mine, I just left it off. I just think it looks really good framed, just like this. So, what color was used to redo the bunny? Okay, so the April Stackables is exactly how we finished it. I mean the bunnies, the version 1, 2, 3 before it was ever published. So your pattern is perfect. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. So we had colors way before the bunny. So yeah, those are I'm referring to like months and months ago. For Barn Sweet Barn, is the white stitched or left unstitched? It's stitched. I'll show it to you. I do think, if you wanted to leave it, we'll zoom in, but I think, if you wanted to leave it unstitched, I think you could, but I do think you would notice because it is surrounded by stitches. I think it might show. So I'd probably stitch it. On the USA Forever stamp, will it fit on the frame? Yes. Can Welcome to the North Pole be stitched on Ada, or are there 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch stitches? It can be stitched on Ada, but I do think there are some 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch stitches. I know there is back stitching. That would be a great question to ask Lindsay and her sisters on the Primrose Cottage YouTube channel. And you know, it'd be great to go over there and ask them for an Ada recommendation because it is their pattern. They might have like a better idea. Like they might have had a pattern they started with or something like that. Is there a thread color conversion chart available for seasons 2 for the colors you used? That is on the blog. Our blog is called The Jolly Jabber. The month to month, once the series is done, will they be sold as a bundle? Yes, we will get that set up in the system. What color of DMC is Lori's shadow fabric close to?
762.
762. How did you know that?
Because I knew the originals.
Oh, okay. So DMC 762. Wow, we have some geniuses in this room. That would not be me. Kathy asks, oh, and Jordan thinks it's him, but it's not. When will the stitch along for Lori Holt's stitch cards start, and what do we need for that? We're still ironing out the details. It's probably going to be the end of the year or the beginning of next year. Oh, okay. So if you want to know a 14 count equivalent to USA Forever, next week we will show, not next week, in 2 weeks, we will show you what I'm going to stitch mine on, the original piece, and then we'll come up with something similar. Valeria Bauer, thank you for the super chat. Oh, look at little piggy. And then we're going to do a giveaway. So I'll just tell some little funny stories. How about that? Because I haven't filled my whole hour. So I'll tell you some basketball stories, and then I'm going to tell you the giveaway. So I have to think about, okay, so 2 weeks ago, I have a lot of kids. One is in one part of town. Okay, I live here. One kid's over here, and then one kid needs to be over here, like really far. So I always take the kid the earliest because Kevin doesn't like to wake up as much as I'm more of a morning person than he is, and he does more night things than I do, if that makes sense. So I get up like 6 in the morning, drive this little kid over here. Kevin's coming. He runs out of gas. This is not the first time he's run out of gas. He is probably this is a thing. He says it's his gas gauge. It's a thing. And a couple times ago, I told him, don't call me again when your gas runs out. But this time I had to because my kids are in the car. So I watched this kid's game, and I have to run over to him before the coach talks to him. And I'm like, hey, I got to go. Good luck on your next game. I got to go get your dad gas. So I drive all the way back here, drive him to get gas, and then I got to drive all the way over here. We get there. 2-hour delay. Did anyone think to tell me 2-hour delay? I'm like, okay. I walk in. Now, I have not gone to the bathroom because I've been doing all these other things, driving an hour. The bathrooms are broke. Should I tell the story? Okay, so the bathroom is broke. So I have to tell my kid, hey, well, first my kid's like, it's a 2-hour delay. Well, I got to find the coach or somebody. So I found a mom, and she was like, yes, it's a 2-hour delay. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to leave Christopher here. I'm going to run. I'm going to go to the gas station, go to the bathroom. I'll be back. So I come back. My kid didn't play at all. Fine. I can deal with that. A coach poops in the middle of the game because the bathrooms were broke. So the bathrooms are broke. So I guess he had to go to the bathroom. He pooped on the court. Can I just tell you that I was just like done? I was like, can I just leave? Like, I'm done. I'm D-O-N-E done. Oh my God. So anyway, that was, I had to call Lori because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my mind. Because Kevin just like goes with the flow. Like, he's like, oh, whatever. Like, it doesn't bother him that he ran out of gas. It doesn't bother him. He's just like, oh yeah, this is like part of the thing. And then we go to the gas station, and he has the nerve to say, do you want me to put gas in your car? And I was like, I am fully capable of putting gas in my car. You need to get your butt in the store to get the tank so I can get back so we can get the kid there on time so that he can get there and it'd be 2-hour delay. Could a coach have emailed or something like, hey, there's a delay, something. Hey, for you female ladies, the bathrooms don't work. Go to the bathroom before you get here. I mean, hello. Anyway, I try not to complain. I really try to be like the most positive person. But that day I was like, I am going to lose it at any moment. Like at any moment, I'm going to lose it. And then something happened the next day. I can't remember what, but I was just like, can I please take Peyton to the games now? Because Peyton's games always go smooth. Peyton always plays. You know, I was just like, oh my God, please. Anyway, okay, we are going to do a giveaway. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Oh, Kristen, this is a great question. How long does it take to piece like the USA one you stitch? Probably, for me, probably 2 hours. Am I doing the loop method for Welcome to the North Pole? I do the loop method always, so yes. Aw, we love you, Jordan, even if Kimberly picks on you. I don't pick on him. Denise does. I'm very nice to Jordan. If anyone picks on anybody, he is mean to me. Sometimes he tells me no. So, because he's the director. The other day I wanted to film and he was like, no, not today. I signed up for a Seasons Club with Stitching with the Housewives. Will I receive May's box? Yes. And that is shipping to us any day. And so as soon as we get it, we package it, ship it. Will the weigh-in charts be available after 30 days? Yes. I think they'll actually be available. I think they do 15 days. Does Lori have a 28 count color that's similar to light taupe? So next week, in 2 weeks, we could do like a comparison or something and show you, but she has prim, oatmeal, and buttermilk, and I don't think there's one similar to light taupe yet. Okay, so I'm going to be going on a cruise with Priscilla next week, so I will post on social media. What that means is I'm going to hand my phone to Priscilla and be like, can you post? Because I don't really know how. Because I don't get on social media. But I'm going to post some pictures. It's going to be really fun. But our giveaway for this week, we're going to give away 1 pattern and 1 thread pack to 3 winners. And for your entry, you have to answer, when will you start stitching your patriotic designs? So that I know like how early you guys stitch. I just think that's really fun, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks.